And I'm going to allow a little bit of water to come in very slowly. And see, just starting to move now. Okay? So still about 15% of the starting to move. It's only starting to aggregate even though the sensor is about 15% full. What I'm going to do is to try to give a nice even marker, I'm going to let it raise up till 20%. So I'm going to raise it up. Okay, so there's the sensor. The tank is 20% full. It may not look like it on the camera because the camera is coming down at an angle, but it's sitting there at 20% full, and we have a value of 70. Jump. It looks like it jumped a whole bar here, but that's because it's only an 8-bit sensor, and it's collecting maybe 1 or 2 bits on here. Just due to some vibrations in the water, or maybe just the oil or something. It's bouncing just a little bit, but that little bit, so I just kind of got to pick something there. So I'm just going to go, maybe I'll just go with 1977. So we're going to come over to optic, and I'm going to look at that. 7700 is where it starts. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this up where it's on. So I'm going to let the water flow again. I'm just going to open up the value, let the water flow in while I watch my reading here. And I'm just going to let it flow. And I shouldn't have any problem getting up to at least 80%, maybe 90%. And so I'm just letting it flow right now and watching the numbers too much. But when it starts getting up here about 80%, I think I'll stop it for a minute. 26,000. And I'm coming up to about 90%. So I'm at 29,100. So at 90%, I'm at 29,100. We'll just call it here. So, okay. So my number at 90% is 29,100. My number at 20% was 7,700. Okay, so my slope for the level sensor is, I want it to be a percentage, so it's 90% minus 20% divided by the integer value at 90%, okay, which is 29,100 minus the integer value of 20, which was 7,700. All right, so that's my slope. Okay, 0.0032710, and then my intercept is going to be y1 minus b, or minus m times x1. Okay, so Y1 is the top number there, that's 20. And X1 is 7700. Okay. I use M instead of M level. Okay. I like using descriptive names. All right. So what I've got to do is basically subtract off about 5% per count there. Okay. So I'm subtracting off minus 5.18. So now I'm going to Sorry. Okay, so so I was doing that, but you couldn't see. So I calculated my M level to be 90% minus 20% divided by 29,100 minus 7,700, and that gave me this M level value. That's my scaling value, and then I need to subtract off about another 5% off of that once put it in here. So let me come back to the main program here. Okay, so there's the tank sitting at about 90%. I'm going to come over to Octave, or sorry, not Octave, to the RSLogix 500. And I'm going to go offline now, and I'm going to scale this. So down here at my tank integer, I'm going to multiply that incoming value, and then I'm going to subtract off the 5 point, I'll just subtract off 5.2. And now I'm going to go ahead and download this, and we should see it should be near 90% then. So it's about 85%. Looks like my tank is draining a little bit. Okay, so yeah, if you look at that, the tank must be draining back down through the valve system, and the tank is actually draining because it's down below 80% now. Okay, but you can see there, all right, it's saying 75%. So I'll leave it out a little bit faster here. Stop it down near 50%. Okay, so when we get down near 50%, right there we're about 50%. And you can see the scaling's pretty good. It's about 50%. Of course, the tank it's still draining back down through through my valve, and so it's leaking there. But let's come on down and get near 20% here. Okay. So it's around 28%, maybe 25% there. Okay. And see the tank is still draining, and it's getting real near the 20%, and right there at 20%. Okay, so that's pretty close. So that's how we scale our tank sensor.